Hello, Makale. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for your continued support. Today, I'm going to meet Sumendo. He's from, can I guess any places in India? He's one of the our Indian cricket captain place. Yes, absolutely. It's a Saurav Ganguly place, Calcutta. I'm going to introduce you all, and I like to thank you everyone for supporting me. Especially when I do this interview with the students, I'm getting lots of emails, phone calls, text messages, commands, and I'm trying to help everybody. If you have any doubts or any guide regarding your courses coming years, please do not hesitate to contact me. I'm very much happy to help any questions. If I know, I can tell you. If you want me to contact the people who I'm interviewing your questions, you can email me. The email address will be given in the contact details. Okay, do not hesitate to any time. I'm ready to help you all. And do not skip this video. It will be very much interested, also very informative. You will get lots of information. His name is Sumundo. He's from Calcutta. Yeah. Hi, Sumundo. How are you?
Hey, I am very good.
Thank you so much for your time today. Okay, I really appreciate because all your information giving today, it will be useful most of the people. And I welcome you to the interview today.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sumundo. How are you, Sumundo, today?
Hey, Gopal, I am very good.
How,
Thanks. Good to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you again. Thanks for your time today.
Yes.
And tell me about the weather today.
Yeah, so it's a typical Irish day. It's a bit rainy, there's no sunshine, it's November, so it's starting to get a bit cold.
Okay. Sumundo, thank you again. Can you please introduce yourself?
Definitely. Hey everyone, so I am Sumendu. I am from Kolkata. So I have been in Ireland for about 4 years now. So currently I am in Cork. I am doing my master's in AI. So, but before I detail more about that, let me just tell me about what other degrees I already have. So in India, I have done my BSc in IT. So that was in Pune about more than 4 years ago. Then I came to Ireland in 2020. So that was the COVID period. And I was in Athlone. Athlone is like a small town in the middle of Ireland. So I did my honors degree in software engineering there. So after that, I worked here for 2 years in Cork, and now I am enrolled in a master's degree in AI.
Okay, thank you for introducing yourself, Sumundo. Hi, Sumundo. Can I ask you one funny question? I know you are here in the Ireland more than 4 years. I don't know, I can ask you this question, but I like to know what is your thought on this. I know the Ireland is about the weather. I know it's a beautiful country, of course. I beautiful people,
Yeah.
good to live. And can I ask you why do you choose Ireland? Why did you choose other countries in Europe? There are more than 40 countries. There is a well developed America is there, Great Britain is there, Australia. Can you explain me what is your thought on this coming to Ireland, please?
Definitely. So the first thing that comes to mind when I think about Ireland and I look it up is that it's an English speaking country. So if you look at the other European countries, there are a few other countries as well, like Netherlands, etc., where English is the majority language. But I felt that since Ireland also has a close proximity to UK, just in case you want to go there in the future, and then the bigger reason is that Ireland actually has a much more significant presence of the big tech companies like Amazon, Google, Apple, Facebook, which is also the case for a few other countries as well. But considering that Ireland is just a country of 5 million people, it really punches above its weight in terms of the job opportunities which are available here. And coupled with the fact that it's an English speaking country, that's just an advantage for you. Then, besides that, the courses which are available here in Ireland, I feel that they have a more focus on the practical learning rather than just theory, which depends really what you want to do. Like if you are more interested in research and stuff, then some other European countries might be a better option. But if you are more interested in working in the industry, I feel that Ireland just has more opportunities, both in terms of employment and also better educational courses to help you for those employment opportunities.
Okay, thank you so much for your very clearly explained about the education system,
Yes.
also the job opportunities. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Hi, sir.
Hello.
Can you please tell me about your course, the title of your course, what course you are studying?
Yeah. So first of all, I will just repeat that I'm doing my master's in AI here in Munster Technological University in Cork. So AI, artificial intelligence, is very much focused around how you deal with large data sets, how you apply building machine learning models and use them to solve problems in the real world. Like for example, let's take a example of, let's say you are a clinician working in a hospital. So a lot of the decisions which are made in clinical diagnosis are actually based on ML models. So imagine that if you enroll in this course, you will be able to learn about the different techniques, like how you deal with big data sets, how you process them, how you identify the ethical considerations, privacy and safety aspects, and then you actually fine tune these models and deploy them in various settings. Like I gave the example of a clinical setting. And if I dive a bit further into the course, there are many subjects. Like in the first semester, you will have 6 subjects. So, to name a few, some of them will be big data processing, which, as the name suggests, will be about how you process big data. Then you have practical machine learning. This subject deals with how you actually build machine learning models. Then you have robotics and autonomous systems. So, this is an elective subject which I took up, which deals with how you can program robots, how they interact in an environment. It is actually the favorite subject of mine currently. Then, besides that, we also have research ethics and practices. So, this subject deals with how you actually ethically deal with issues in the real world and how you formulate the problem and then build towards a solution. And it also encourages you to actually publish your own original work in the form of a research thesis. So, speaking of the research thesis, that is a very important module for the second semester because it constitutes up to 50% of the marks. And if you do it very well, then you will be able to publish your work in a very good journal or research conference. And if you are able to do that, then there will be many job opportunities available to you in the field of machine learning and AI, which is something almost everyone is talking about these days.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for explaining. Hi, Smindo.
Hello.
Can you please what is your thought on about this question? Why do you choose this course? What is there any particular reason, or do you like you?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you so much. Can you please explain me?
So, I have been fascinated by AI for a good few years now. Like as I mentioned earlier in the interview, I did my BSc degree in India, and since then was when I was working with various AI and machine learning based projects. Like I remember one of the first things I built was how do you build a movie recommendation system. Like imagine you are going to a movie hall, what movies should one see? So that is another example of something you can solve with machine learning. And what I'm trying to convey with this is that I just have always been fascinated about how there is so much data around us and how can we really mold and shape it into something useful for us. Because if you think about it for a second, the main goal of machine learning is to allow us to focus on the tasks that we humans excel at, while the computer figures out patterns among huge amounts of noisy data which we have in the world today. So it's just always been that fascination, and also I would say since childhood, mathematics in general just has been a favorite subject of mine.
Fantastic. It looks like you're a very smart guy.
Yes.
When you say robot, I like to make a point that we know robot. You know Rajnikant in Tamil.
Oh yes.
He did a movie called Robo.
Robot.
Did you
Yeah.
watch that movie?
I did. Yes.
Yeah. So it is like a similar thing. Yeah, you're talking
Yeah.
about. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you for explaining why do you choose the course. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Sumindo. Yes, sir. Can you please tell me what are the major subject in the course?
Yes, definitely. So, in the first semester, there will be 6 subjects. So, 5 of these subjects will be mandatory, or as in you can call these major subjects, and the 6th one will be an elective subject, which in my case has been robotics. But I will speak about the rest of the subjects, which are the major subjects. So, they are first of all big data processing, research practices and ethics. Then you have practical machine learning. Then you have meta heuristic optimization. And finally, you have reinforcement learning. So let me just dive a bit into detail for each. So big data processing really deals with if someone gives you a lot of data about any problem you are trying to solve. So how do you actually process that data? How you clean that data? How you actually make it understandable for the computer? So that is what that subject deals with. So if you are very much interested in data engineering or anything like that, then you will definitely like this subject. Then next, let's talk about practical machine learning. So this subject deals with various techniques in machine learning like classification, supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, and also a bit about reinforcement learning. So it just gives you a good high level overview of the different ML approaches you can have. And then I can talk a bit about research ethics and practices. So this subject really helps you build concepts about how you go about formulating a problem towards a certain goal you have, and like what are the ethical considerations when you are doing research. Like you don't want to be collecting data in a wrong way, you want to collect it in an ethical way. And also when you are writing a research proposal, how do you cite references, what should be the structure, things like that. And this one is actually very important because, as I mentioned earlier in my interview, there is a research which you have to do next semester on a particular topic, and that carries up to 50% of the marks. And if you do very well in that, then that will be very good for your profile.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, Mando, can you tell me, do you have any plans to do any PhD after your master program?
Oh yes, so I can talk about the PhD funding options which are available, especially here at MTU Cork. So our university has recently launched a new scholarship program called RISE. So what this PhD program entails is that you talk to a potential supervisor. You might have a very good idea about a certain research topic in the area of AI or machine learning. And if your application is successful, then you will receive a fully funded scholarship of up to 20,000 euros a year. And this grant actually covers everything from rent and other expenses, and it is also completely tax free. And while you are here at MTU, you will be able to get the support from supervisors who are very much adept at many different areas of machine learning. Like as I discussed earlier in my interview, whether you are interested in supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, or something like robotics or reinforcement learning, or maybe you are very much interested in how you can apply machine learning in a clinical setting, things like that. Whatever area of interest you are very much interested in. So, all of these are things to keep in mind if you are thinking of doing a PhD here in Ireland.
Okay, thank you so much. Ismendo, I know you're coming to the other course before your master program. So can you please explain me what are the eligibility to come to Ireland for the purpose of your course? Also, what are the degree you did it in back home? What university? What are the you can explain me about marks, please?
Definitely. So, there are multiple pathways to pursue an education degree in Ireland. So, let's say you have just completed your grade 12 in a country like India. So, if you are at that point in time, what you can do is you can apply for a scholarship for one of the 4-year bachelor programs across many different universities here in Ireland. So, what that scholarship entails is that it will cover up all of your tuition fee and also up to maybe a certain degree of your living expenses for the entire period of your 4 years. And what you will be doing in this 4 years in that situation is you will be having lectures for about 3 years, and you will also be busy doing an internship for about 6 to 9 months, which is usually done at the beginning of the third year. So this is a very good opportunity to not only learn but also actually get some work experience. So this was about if you have just completed your grade 12. Now let's say you have already done a bachelor degree in India.
Okay.
So the minimum eligibility requirements for that would be to maintain the overall grade of around 60 to 70%.
From the bachelor.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So as long you maintain that, again, there is the scope of scholarship, like there is the President's Scholarship, then Government of Ireland also has its own scholarship. So I would recommend being a bit proactive and applying to this scholarship as soon as they are available for the next academic year. And if your application is successful, again, it will cover the entire tuition fee and also a good amount of the living expenses. So if you are coming for a degree like that, it will usually be of a 1 year duration, unless you are doing something like a master's by research, which can be up to 2 or 3 years. And there are scholarship options available for that option too. And finally, if you already have done a master's degree in your home country, then you can opt for a PhD. And as I was just mentioning earlier in the interview, there are many PhD funding opportunities available. Some are funded directly by the university, and some are also funded by companies here in Ireland. Like, let's say you are in Dublin and there might be a certain PhD program which a company like Google or Amazon might be funding. So those are things you have to keep your eye out for and just be proactive and apply for them as soon as possible. And if you have a really good idea, your application most definitely will be successful for sure.
Okay, thank you so much. When you say intake, is it September only or January also?
Most intakes are September only, but there are a good few universities which also have the option for January intake.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if they want, they can plan either.
Yes.
They have to look around.
Yeah.
Which is the intake. Thank you so much for explaining about eligibility.
Yes.
It's definitely useful. The people who are trying to do AA in your subject,
Yeah.
Sumendo. Sumendo, can you please explain me? I know you mentioned that Ireland is an English-speaking country. Of course, in India, we always study English in any schools, especially in Tamil Nadu. English is a communication language. If you talk to other states, but all over India, we all speak very good English. I agree that. But when you come to the abroad for education purpose, is there need any sort of a test? Like, myself working, I came as a working visa. People need IELTS. This must
Yes.
have the score. As a student, what are the tests you must do before you come to Ireland, please?
Definitely. So, speaking from my experience, before I got my visa for Ireland, I had to clear my IELTS exam back
Okay.
in 2020. So, the eligibility criteria to successfully get admitted into a course is to maintain 7 and above in IELTS.
For your course.
Yeah,
Oh, so 7 is very high actually. It's out of
yes,
9, you're scoring 7. Yeah, you're very.
yes,
I think you're very brilliant, smart student, sir.
yes.
Okay. So
And
7 means each subject 7 or overall?
overall,
Overall. What
yeah.
about each subject?
For each section in IELTS, none should be lower than 5.
Okay, okay, okay. More than 5 and
Yeah,
overall 7.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
I would say that if you prepare for like 3 months, then a 7 is definitely doable.
Okay.
From my experience, the hardest section usually is the speaking section because a lot of people might not be using English into their day to day
Yes,
basis.
of
But
course.
I would just recommend practicing with a friend or something.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you so much.